that I forgot. Remove. If you can see this, just let me know that you can see it. I'm not removing our stickers. I want to apply more. Hi, beautiful people. Today is Basbos. Back to back Basbos today, guys. Yeah, it's got to be. Some people on earth are just real demons that they never change. They will never ever change. Believe me, no matter what you do, they will never change. When you think, oh, moving to a more developed country will make them to change, at least now they know they are no more in Nigeria. They're gonna change. They're gonna become a better person now. Oh, they are going worse and worse. Hello, everyone, and welcome back tonight. How are you all doing? How are we doing, guys? So. Can look at my face now. You see that it's very rough. I'm so tired. I don't know why my camera, my Facebook camera is like this. So if you can't see me on Facebook, how? My Queen Rhonda Scott. I haven't seen you for ages. Yes, darling. Yes. Everybody help me share. Nigerians. If you think you like the present situation in Nigeria and the present economy in Nigeria, when you see this post, just pass. But if not, when you see this post, share it and share it again and again and again. Yes. Okay. Javenta, how are you, Jave? How are you? Thank you so much for joining me. YouTube, I've not seen your names. I've seen 6 people there. Facebook, 5 people. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Welcome back. Welcome back to my channel. And do not forget to share. Okay, let's go ahead and share these videos. If you're on YouTube, you share. If you're on Facebook, you share it. This is the most ridiculous thing ever that I have come across today. Oh, really? You can't comment on YouTube. Why? Wow, this is serious. I was just hey, Queen Cheryl on YouTube. Thank you for joining me, Queen. You guys can see even from my voice that I'm very, very knackered. I'm very tired, honestly speaking. But I was meant to join prayers now because we just started evening prayer. But I said if I join this prayer now, by the time we finish 9 o'clock and then I'll start this video, I'm gonna be very, very. So I want to make it quickly and go to sleep because I've not had a proper sleep. I was just browsing the YouTube now and bumped into this video. Oh my gosh, it was so ridiculous. And I was listening to interview of Dr. Senator Natasha Akpoti with Adeola. If you know Adeola, the Yoruba girl that does TV presentations all the time. Queen Sharon on Facebook again. I see you. Thank you. Who is that person? I can't understand what your name is. You're writing a different this thing. I can't understand your name. Sorry. So I just saw this video of Senator Natasha's interview with Adeola. So the thing is that the rumor has been going, and Sandra Duru has come into this matter again and started another problem just to distract Senator Natasha. And I had listened like halfway through, and it was sounding mischievous, malicious, ridiculous, everything you will call it is sounding it. I was just crying for Senator Natasha. Look at my eyes. I said, did Senator Natasha not conduct interview or investigation on Sandra Duru? I have seen her writing all episode to trash Senator Natasha on Instagram. And I was like, Sandra Duru can never change. Sandra Duru can never change. That is her nature. Sandra Duru has the nature of betrayal, everything evil. I call her Dr. Doom. Don't know where she got her doctor. Oh, it's from Senator Natasha. I'm hearing that she's doctor of psychology. Oh. Finally, she relocated to America. All her time in Nigeria is causing political chaos. It was a complete political chaos Sandra Duru was causing in Nigeria. Anywhere she sees money, that is where she is giving her support. She is going to write it in a way that the most annoying part of it is that these people following Sandra Duru, are you people normal? All these people listening to Sandra, and when you hear her talking about my team, you begin to ask, who are these her team? Me and my team has conducted, who are this your team? This your team. How are you, darling? Vicky Faga. The only reason a lot of politicians like her is because she is money for hand, back for grand. Put money for hand, you will see her back on the ground, saying, knock me. Money has gone into her hand. That is Sandra Duru for you. Sandra Duru can sell a whole country just for her own personal gain, for her own personal pockets, not for her and you. In fact, if you and Sandra plan to save the whole Nigeria, Sandra will work with you, save the whole Nigeria, and end you, eliminate you, just to have the whole money. That is the type of person Sandra Duru is. Dr. Natasha, so sorry. I was watching this interview with her, is it Adeola? The Yoruba lady. And I felt so disappointed. Hi, Wen. How are you, John? Thank you so much for joining us. And I was so disappointed. First and foremost is that the person who connected you to Sandra Duru, yeah, set you up. They set you up. But you did not know. You trusted that person. You believe this person has connected you to a lot of people. But you didn't know that Sandra Duru is a green snake in a green grass. Sandra Duru can change. She's a chameleon. She can change color at any slightest ego money, at any slightest money enter her hand. At first, Sandra was writing to support Senator Natasha because I made a public post to support Senator Natasha. Then Sandra made her own on Instagram supporting Senator Natasha. I thought she has come back to her senses. I thought she has now, at least she has leveled up onto say she left Nigeria for the US. Now she's no more in that corrupt country. Let me say it is because of the corruption that flows in the political sector that made her to decide to flow. You understand? Yeah. Because the only way you can remain at the top there is to be corrupt. If you're not corrupt, you can't achieve anything. You must, if you're a writer, you must learn how to write, to lie against a particular politician, lie, and people will hate that politician for you to make it. Otherwise, no. So she used all her opportunity. Did you know, Senator Natasha, that your position is what Sandra has died for so long, but could not get it? All they do to her is they will promise her, I will make you a senator, I will give you a ministerial position, I will give you this, I will give you that. And then she will write support. After which, once they get into that position, everything closed, they will dump her and tell her, after I paid you. They will dump her. I was shocked to hear that she said, oh, she too was sexually harassed in Nigeria by the politicians. Jesus, where are you tonight? People must know the truth. Unfortunately, Senator Natasha did not conduct proper investigation on her before granting her or speaking with her, thinking she's a human being to, confide on, or a human being to talk with, because the person that connected Sandra Duru to you is somebody that you trusted. But you didn't know Sandra is a snake. Dangerous snake. Sandra Duru is a snake. She will be watching me. She will come to Instagram to tackle me. And she knows me very well. I will put her where she belongs. I've done it to her before. I will do it to her again. Why did you think I blocked her on Facebook since, is it not 2019? Yes. When did Okorocha and the Mbise man drag a position? All the while she was writing and condemning Okorocha, immediately Okorocha went and put money into her hand. Sandra changed. That anybody that don't know Sandra should know her now. You doing anything with Sandra, you are on your own. You are on your own. If you don't put money in her hand, she will speak against you. She's a chameleon. She is, you know what? Adult's poison is in her mouth. Satanic tongue. Lucifer's tongue. That's what she's got. She has no personality. Somebody who does not care about human life. Why? What do you think? She don't care. Sandra can kill and make alive. Honestly speaking, she will watch you put everything, all your problem into her hands. And she will ask you, how much are you going to pay me to write and turn everything around for you? And if you don't pay that money, she will now go to your opponent or your opposition. And then she will collect from them to write against you. Nigerians, I want you to lend me your ear. Sandra Duru only came because she was hugely paid to do what and she did her job. Everything you see her writing about you is to convince that Olori Bruku man there that she's done the job. Bless you, my darling Cheryl. Yeah. It's to convince the Senate president that she's done the job. Now pay me. Do you know how much that the Senate president is paying her to do what she's doing to you right now? Because I must let you know that Sandra Duru will not do what she is doing to Senator Natasha Akpoti if the Senate president did not pay her. If the Nigerian Senate president did not pay her to do that. She can never work for you for free. Nothing is for free with Sandra. You must pay her. And for her to have dedicated her muzzle, her time, everything to smash this woman, oh my goodness, she has been paid so big. She has collected such a big money, undermining the safety of women, undermining the voice of women. She don't care. She felt like this race is on your own. Oh. Everybody, you're on your own. Run it is survival of the fittest. That is what she believes. This is how I survive. It is her nature. Sandra Duru was paid to distract you. Sandra Duru was paid to distract Senator Natasha. And she is kind of succeeding to distract you so that you will not plan your defense properly, knowing that you guys are going for war. You are going to the war field with the Senate president. This man has paid Sandra Duru millions. Don't be surprised. He pays Sandra up to 500 million naira. Before Sandra will dedicate her time to write this type of thing against you, you should know how much she has collected. And she don't care. She said she was sexually harassed. Her daughter too was sexually harassed. When you're always on the prick of politicians, of male Nigerian politicians, women in Nigeria don't have a voice. Women in Nigeria don't have a voice. It's because of a woman like Sandra Duru. It's because of a woman like Sandra Duru. Women don't have a voice. It's because of a woman like her. Go to Instagram and see nonsense she's been writing against this woman, Natasha. Natasha, somebody connected Natasha to Sandra just to say thank you to Sandra because Sandra wrote things on her Instagram to support Natasha. They didn't know that she did that just to call attention. And that was how Natasha got herself with Sandra. Natasha went and responded to her post saying thank you for supporting the voice of that woman. And that was it. Then she now told her that she wants to speak with her. Then she never knew that it was Sandra who connected that guy, because Sandra knew that that guy was very close to Senator Natasha. That was where the whole thing. Sandra knew that that guy was so close to Senator Natasha. Then he now crippled into the guy. She wangled her way through the guy to get Senator Natasha into the whole thing. And that was it. Then, and before, that guy must have persuaded Senator Natasha to speak to Sandra or communicate with Sandra. It means Sandra must have promised the guy money. That I am going to work with her to disgrace Akpabio, which is the Nigerian Senate president. I'm going to work. Sandra must have promised the guy, I'm going to work with Natasha to I have informations. I have legit informations. Just tell her if she can contact me. And Senator Natasha thought she was having a conversation with a human being. You never knew you were having a conversation with a demon. You don't know Sandra Duru. Sandra knows I have done it before and I'm doing it again because I don't expect her to change. This is your nature, but you can never continue to use your nature to ruin Nigeria. She used her nature to ruin Imo State, my own state. This Sandra. And I told her, that was when I told her off. And he said, hey, you mind your business, so I'm minding my own business. Oh, Imo State is not your business. So you're not using Imo State to do business. The same man, the same Rochas Okorocha, you said killed somebody, that they keep committing bloodshed, which you interview, blah, blah, blah. You have investigated everything. Hey, yes, you convinced the Imolites that this man did it. And all of a sudden, he now came. She even faked that she had a child in the United States of America. That she just gave birth. She now started faking pregnancy. Immediately, election started. She started faking pregnancy. Because then she just connected with another guy that she rushed to marry. She started faking pregnancy because she wanted to use it to make money from politicians. It was election. And she claimed she had a baby in the year. So where is the baby? That she had twins in the US. So where is the twins? She left them in the US with her mother-in-law. Are you seriously kidding us? This girl did not have she never had any baby in the United States. She did not go to then she was not living there. She only travels to US and come back. But she never okay. So, but she never had any baby She only wanted to use I have a baby to get politicians. That was when Okorocha went to US then. She went and followed Okorocha straight away to US to claim she had a baby. Okorocha now pack money into her hand. Money now that belongs to Imo States. Okorocha gave it to her for her to change her write-up. Boom! Just I think it was like within 2 weeks to election or within 3 weeks. Come and see Sandra. Sandra that was blackmailing Okorocha, criticizing Okorocha's son-in-law, everything. Ha! Jesus! That was it. Sandra now changed. Sandra changed and started writing and supporting him. Jesus, that was when I knew that this girl is not human. The whole Imo State was like, who is this person again? I thought this woman was a human. Sandra can never be a human like you. A normal person. Somebody that money controls. As in, money controls Sandra Duru. Money controls Sandra Duru. Now that you're bringing your daughter into it now. Oh, my daughter too was sexually harassed. I'm sure your daughter is not going to be like you. Because it's going to be a big sorry to a man that wants to settle with her. Because you're destroying her future. You're destroying the future of that girl. Yeah? That girl is a beautiful girl. Leave her out of your mess. And go ahead and continue your mess. My darling Eva, thank you so much. Cheryl, I'm coming to your I'm coming to you to give you your own buzzwords. Yeah. Leave your daughter out of it. You lie too much. Sandra is a chameleon. She's a snake. She has no truth in her. She don't have friends. She don't have friends because everybody knows her color. Everybody has known her color. So nobody want to get involved with her. Nobody want to come close to her. There is nothing you can do to make her change. Sandra is somebody that when you're eating with her, just see yourself eating with a devil. Use the longest spoon. She only got this woman close, got her close, got all the information, and started writing. Asked the woman that the woman should give her 200 million with her team to do the write-up. Did this woman ask you to do any write-up? You told her that you are going to write everything. She should send you her qualifications. She should send you everything. You're going to compile it and present her and make Nigerians to support her. Who are you to say to Nigerians know you as a liar? It's just that Senator, because you are not even that popular anyway. There was a time I called back home and I said, do you people know this person? They said, no, she's not a popular person in this place. You only come to social media to make yourself look popular. Now, Senator Natasha has made you more popular. You're using her now to make money. How much did Ababio pay Sandra Duru to be writing all this rubbish she's writing on Instagram? To be writing on Instagram. If you see what she's writing about against this woman, just because she asked the woman to pay her 200 million, the woman refused and blocked her and deleted their conversations. The woman has restored some of the conversations and it's all clear. That is just a normal conversation, introduction. Who are you? What do you do? And what's happened and what is. But he never knew that it was a spy, a dangerous and malicious spy. Thank you so much, my Queen Cheryl. Thank you for welcoming everybody for me. She did, my darling Eva. What she does is anywhere they pay her money, anywhere they pay Sandra Duru money, Sandra Duru will go there. But what Senator Natasha did not know is that that is the kind of person she is. That is the kind of person that Sandra Duru is. Sandra Duru will never do anything for free. Oh, he will never do anything for free for you. If you don't give her money, she will twist everything against you. She will write. Go to her Instagram. She's writing all sort of rubbish. Who is responding to her? Nobody. Because everybody knows her. Everybody knows her. Once election is coming now, she's going to be scratching on the scrotum of the politicians. Oh yeah, oh, if you want me to write about you, she will start writing to call attention. That's her, that's her strategies. Yeah, she will start writing to call attention. And once one give attention, she will say, I have conversation with this person and with what he's saying. If I present that in his saying, this election is not gonna win it. Oh, that one too will now. She will start writing about that person that has paid her. Then the other one will now come and top money. She will cancel everything she wrote about that person. And that's that. Anywhere she sees the highest bidder gets Sandra. That is just how I want to put it for you. You could have just ignored talking to anybody. And all you could have done is just that you have not had this type of issue before. So, and you start believing and trusting people that you're working with, because you don't want to offend them. You don't want them to feel like, oh, I asked you to appreciate this person. You refused. I wanted you to do this person. You refused. Now, look at it. They are all writing against you. You did not. All that Sandra wanted to do was to establish the fact that a conversation took place between you and her. The Nigerians will now listen to her. You have made her popular. You are making Sandra Duru popular. If I would say, it's just that major bloggers are bringing it on the TV stations to make it look like an issue. But you didn't know all of these things are distraction. They were all paid. They are all paid to distract you. Because the time you should sit down to plan everything you want to do, you now sit down, You now sit down planning on how to defend yourself against Sandra. Who is Sandra now? Tell me now, who is Sandra? They only sent this lady to come and distract Dr. Natasha. Senator Natasha. The position you have been is where she wanted to be for a long time, but she could not get it because they don't trust her. Politicians does not trust her. They can only use her, but they could not offer her any position in Nigeria because she's not trustworthy. Any position you give her in Nigeria, she will use that position to milk Nigerians dry. They know her. They know her as a money monger. You cannot trust her with money. No. Why did she go to prison in Nigeria? You didn't do investigations. You did not do investigation. You just trusted. Don't trust those people you're working with so much. Don't trust them so much. They found opportunity to make money too, or they will make their money. Yes. They found opportunity to make money. None of them will be contented with what you're giving to them, what you're paying them. You might see them as my manager, my brother, my cousin, my PA, my personal assistant. No, it might not be what you think. All of them too want money. It happened during the time of Mazen and Dekan. The people who sold him are people he used to call my brother, my everything, my this, my... That's the people that sold him. So this is your own time now. You have to be careful. Yeah? You've got to be careful. Sandra Duru is a chameleon. I can never see that woman change. That is just the way she's going to end. That is her beginning and that will be her end. She will never change because of you. Senator Natasha, she will not change you. And what she's doing now is what she does always. So any Nigeria that is taking Sandra Duru serious, do it at your own risk. In case you don't know Sandra Duru, look at her. Look at her face. So people who knows what I'm talking about knows is her. In case you don't know her, that is still Sandra Duru. Sorry, I'm trying to make them see her on YouTube. That is Sandra Duru. Oh, you don't know Sandra Duru. You don't know Sandra Duru. You went and this is her AI format. She's using AI to change her look, to look younger. She's not young. She's not that young. Okay? This is her. She is mother liar. She will lie for anything. Anything. All that matters to her is money. Yeah? When you see some of the video and this thing she made on Instagram, what is she doing? She's flaunting money, 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 showing money, money. And I was looking at her. This is where you belong. All your life is about money. Because of money, you're betraying your fellow woman. This woman could be a voice to the Nigerian women. Nigerian women are so much suppressed. They don't have a say. They don't have a say in politics. They will not allow them to assume any top position in Nigeria. I remember when one woman was, is it House of Assembly leader or whatever? Within few months, see how they conspired. See how they conspired and removed that woman. Because it's a woman. You are joining forces against your fellow woman. Sandra Duru, am I going to say shame to you? Because you are already a disgrace. Eh? This Mbano foe is already a disgrace. She's my fellow Igbo woman. And I have every reason to stand with her, but not when you're lying. Not when you're working for your pocket. You know you will never find me in the midst of those type of people. When you are working for your pocket, count me off. I'd rather stay hungry. Let me stay hunger, than to join forces against anybody because of money. No. You don't do that. I don't care about what transpired between Natasha and that man. I don't care. But Sandra Duru, the wrongest person. The wrongest person for Senator Natasha to approach. The wrongest person to even have a meeting with. The wrongest person to even trust for 1 second. 1 second of trust will ruin your personality. Look at how Sandra Duru is now dragging this woman all over the social media. All to distract her. Now, Akpabio will be rejoicing. Yes. What he planned has happened. His plan was for her to be distracted so that people will be, will be on his side. Nigerians, if you believe Sandra Duru, anything that came out of that woman's mouth is a venom. A proper venom. Do not believe it or you are ruining the future of your generation. Sandra Duru can ruin. Sandra Duru is one of the social media or media people that ruined the future of Nigerians. Sandra Duru is one big person they knew that time that Nigerians should believe could, speak on their behalf. But she will speak on behalf of Nigerians today. Tomorrow money comes from the wrong person. She will collect money and then sell Nigeria to that person. She will sell your voice to your enemies for money. She is selling the voice of women in Nigeria for money. If you believe Sandra Duru, if you keep listening to, if you follow her, just unfollow her. The reason I'm still following her on Instagram, I could have unfollowed her. I blocked her on Facebook, everything, block her. I blocked her completely. The only reason I am following her on Instagram, she was the one that sent me this thing request on Instagram. I said, this one, you again. The reason I followed her is to convince myself that what I believed in is still real. That she is still who I believe that she is. Or she was. Yes. And she did not. She didn't prove me wrong. She is still on it. Go to her Instagram. I've been reading her trash and I've been laughing. There is one man that just described her with words of, as in everything she is. That is what the man used to describe her. She screenshot it and posted it there. I said, you're not even ashamed of. Do you know what? I liked it. That was the only post she's making about Natasha. The man described her, Sandra, as a wolf in sheep clothing. And she went and screenshot what the man said about her and posted it. I went and I liked it. The reason I liked it is because I felt everything this man said about you is truth. Because this is who you are. You can never, ever change. You can never stop. I thought moving to America would change her. I thought relocating to America, will bring in a new person or bring out the real person in her. I thought she was behaving like that all this while because she was in Nigeria. You see? Yeah. I thought she was behaving all like that because she was in Nigeria. Unto say, Nigeria, you got to be like they say, if you go to Rome, you behave like the Romans. Nigeria, unto say you have to be that way to make it. Nigeria, you have to keep faking to make it. You have to keep lying to get money. You have to keep writing what is not real. That is it. Unfortunately, you move to America and still behave like that village tout. Still behave like a village thug. That is what Sandra Duru is doing. Share this video. If you have her on Facebook, tag her. Although I blocked her, maybe she will not be able to connect. Or she's changed her name on Facebook, then she can be able to connect me. Then let her come to Instagram and talk rubbish. I will sweep her and tell her, get out, you're idiot. She knows I've done it before. I've done it before. And I told her, I said, if you mess up, I will make sure, I told her what I would do to her. I told her what I would do to her if she mess up with me. And she said, what would you say I did to you now? She started apologizing to me, calling me on my phone. She even called me on my phone several times. I blocked her. I did not answer her. That day I went to shop. I think that was in 2019. Is it? No. Is it 2016? Before I had my third child. Yes. I went to the shop that day. Coming back, my WhatsApp was full of calls from Sandra. I've lost that WhatsApp now. Could have shown you people. I just blocked her. I said, come on, get out. I don't like your kind of person. You're such a dumb. How do you go to school and still behave like an illiterate? How do you claim you studied this, you come out, you speak? Even Dr. Natasha now confirmed that the book she said she wrote, now that when she checked on the book, it was AI. It was written by AI. So she used AI to write the book. Okay, that's the new version. Nice AI. Everybody will just go to AI, put anything, AI will fix it, and boom, they will go and publish. Jesus is Lord. I blocked her then. She called me that she wants to apologize, or she don't want to have problem with me. I said, you have already had problem with me. You're such an idiot because you don't have sense. And the thing is that when she feel like she don't know how to, she will start blackmailing. She can blackmail. Sandra Duru is a master of blackmailer. Mistress of blackmailing. Everything about blackmail, call it Sandra. That is who she is. Imo States, you are hearing me. And all of you that know Sandra Duru in Imo State, should go and tell her. Should go and tell her that her life is what it is today is because of what? The life she chose. Oh, they tried to kill her in Nigeria. They tried to do this in Nigeria. Who tried to? You and who? You don't know what chased you out of Nigeria. Sandra Duru, what chased you out of Nigeria? With all the money you had. Your mansion, you were living in a mansion. As in, imagine those days, a young girl like that living in a very big mansion. How did she make the money? How did she make the money? Unfortunately, Senator Natasha did not conduct investigation on her before giving her, that time you gave her was a total waste. It was a total waste of time. Now, she had achieved what she came for. She is smiling. She's collected her money. She has collected her money from Akpabio. It's not her business. She's smiling to her bank. And she is happy that she did the job. That is the job she knows how to do best. If you give her the chance, she will drag you and you'll forget yourself. because she don't have a life. That is all she is designed for. That is all she can do. That is the type of job she is expert, is how to create and cause distraction. Yeah? How to deceive people. She is quite deceptive. Oh my goodness. Have you seen a deceiver like Sandra? Sandra will write, you will think she's telling the truth. Go and check it. Sandra says, stand. Please run. Sandra Duru says, stand. Start running. Just run. If she says, stop running, keep running. And if she says, run, please don't. Stay where you are. Know why she's telling you to run? Because there is something she's planning against you. Nigerians, you believe Sandra Duru against Senator Natasha. Akpabio should dig it with Natasha, bone to bone. You be man, she's a woman. Two of you should slap it together. That's it. Stop paying people to write to support you. Stop paying people to write to testify, to do this, to do that. The only thing that is giving Sandra Duru a grant now to get the attention of Nigerians is because Natasha granted you, gave you that minute. Without knowing that you're a chameleon. You are Joala, Agwo, snake. Snake, that is what she is. When you think she is straight, just twist it, then it will curve. That is who Sandra is. Sandra is not a normal person to have anything to do with. Facebook, are we still live? I'm going to have to end Facebook. Can come to YouTube and let's go there. Sandra Duru is not somebody that any human being should actually trust for 1 second of your own life. Because that 1 second, that 1 second will be too much for Sandra to finish you. And you will think you're talking with a human being. You don't know she's finished you. Eh? Just because somebody, your manager or whoever, now said, go and appreciate this lady. She has written about you. Now, Senator Natasha, you are explaining. You are now explaining and explaining. She is draining you. She is killing your energy for nothing. Because of that money you refuse to pay her, she's gonna drain you and keep draining you. And I'm glad you did not do any transaction. When she wrote that, that now they said she is trying to make money off Senator Natasha. Oh, when you investigate the truth and find out the truth, and then they will say, oh, because you want. But immediately she said, I said, that's truth. Sandra don't need to tell me anything before I will know the truth. Sandra Duru, Dr. Doom, can never tell me before I know who she is. No. This is, Sandra Duru should be one of the people that should be in the Senate, in the minister in Nigeria. But why did she not get there? Because of her chameleonish nature. Her chameleonish nature is why she did not get there. That is why she could not get there. Who want to trust a woman like Sandra? Who want to trust her? Somebody that is always busy chasing politicians. Two friends, she will collect money from this one, collect money from this one. Put their head together. That's what Sandra does. And she will be telling you, we are having meeting. I'm having meeting with this politician. I'm having meeting with this politician. Which meeting is she having with you? It's money. Oh. What she talk about is, before you talk, money. Bring money. If you don't give her money, she will go and blackmail you. That is it. That is her for you. That is who Sandra is. Who is listening to Sandra Duru, please? Who is taking that woman serious? Who in Nigeria, again, is taking Sandra Duru serious? Imo State has gone far behind their ancestors. It's Sandra Duru. Sandra Duru had a voice that she could have used to put Imo States at the top. Sandra would collect money. She would drop everything that was making sense that she was writing. Just because of money. They harassed her daughter sexually. Eh? Oh, Sandra, you're telling Senator Natasha that your daughter was sexually harassed in Nigeria. In front of you, with all the security you have in your house. You're a disgrace. You don't want to tell her you sold your daughter, took money, and pretended you don't know what happened to her. Yes, you took money on your own daughter, and now you're using it to sing chorus. Your own, I was sexually harassed. My daughter too was sexually. You are a disgrace. You're a disgrace to even bring your daughter into all of this. You have relocated to the US with your children. Yeah? What do you want again in Nigeria? Why is she always contributing to Nigerians' downfall? If you are in Nigeria and you don't know the people working to bring Nigeria down, I want to bring Sandra Duru to you. She is one of them. She is one of them who helps to promote evil politicians. All she does in Nigeria is use her platforms to promote evil politicians. And if you're still following her, listening to all her rubbishes and getting filled with her nonsenses, sorry. I saw Dele Momodu. Otele Momodu. I saw when Otele Momodu did a video and was praising her. That's the people that was using Sandra Duru. That's the people that Sandra Duru are holding like this. Are holding them on their scrotum. Yes. If you don't do what she wants, she will expose what she have about you. That is the people you see that come out to praise her. It's not normal people. A normal person can never praise Sandra Duru. You can never be a normal person and come out to praise the perpetrator, your perpetrators. Sandra Duru is one of the people perpetrating evil, doom in Nigeria. Believe her at your peril. Follow her, listen to her. Oh, Sandra is coming out to destroy the image of this woman, and Nigerians are giving her ear. And this, if you see the way this, I didn't even know what is going on. This has taken over the social media. What kind of distraction is this? A blunder. Sandra Duru is the person that said something that they are now interviewing Natasha, asking her but this, but that. You people fair now. That is not fair. Why did you people allow this woman to win like this? Eh? Is it that even the people, people listening to her did not know who she is or what? Please go away. Let me do what I'm doing. I wanted to see check that video. I was just watching it now. Look at it again. This is from Adeola Fayehu. Fayehu. Sorry if I don't pronounce it well on YouTube. I felt so sorry for for Senator Natasha. Yeah. I'm gonna pause this advert so that you people will have a glimpse of what I'm saying. It does not really make sense, honestly speaking.
Sandra Duru, did you guys speak? Like, what's going on? Let's start from there.
Thanks a lot, Adeola. I know this is the most desired question, and everybody watching the all ears now. Yes. Thanks for giving me this opportunity. I would say
this is the woman that is speaking here right now. This woman.
I did not speak with Dr. Sandra Duru, but I did speak with Professor Mbeki as she presented herself.
Period.
And let me take you back.
Let's start with this. She said, I did not speak with Sandra Duru. I spoke with Professor Mbeki. Sandra disguised herself as Professor Mbeki. because Senator Natasha don't know her as Professor Mbeke. She changed her, that's why I told you she's a chameleon. I want you people to be hearing from them now. I'll finish speaking before I put you people through. I'll finish speaking. No, she disguised herself as Professor Mbeke. So Natasha did not know her. It was after everything Natasha now discovered, oh, this is Sandra. Hey, who don't know Sandra? Who don't know her? Hey, where? I feel so sorry for this woman. Oh, Jesus.
It's the same person.
I got to know that it's one and the same person after her broadcast. Let me take you back. And I have, if you don't mind, the screenshot of the entire chats. If you don't mind putting that up so that I can speak to it.
You sent me a screenshot of your chat with her. But I'm also trying to make sure that the address of what's it called? Hold on. I just want to make sure that no address is showing.
So you want to blur the addresses?
Yes. So you speak.
Okay, let me speak. So in the morning at about 10 o'clock on the 27th of March, a dear friend of mine, Ina Agu, who I've known for the past 10 years. Last I saw him was 4 years ago, but we've always maintained contact. He's been very involved and concerned with the developments. So he reached out to me in the morning. I was tending to my garden, and he said, Natasha, there's someone I would like you to speak to. She's been doing a whole lot of publications in support of your cause. I said, who? He said, Professor Mbeke, Professor on Facebook. I was like, okay, I've seen one or two of her posts in my support. I think I did like and make a comment on it. He said, yes, that he did reach out to her. And then he was like, you know what, encouraged her and all of that stuff. And said, okay, if I should please call her and tell her thank you. My friend had connected me to a number of people in the past. Whenever he saw anyone grant an interview, he'll call me, oh, Natasha, I have this person's number, just say thank you. So people will feel appreciated and valued. I said, okay. So he did call the number out. That was about 10:30 in the morning on the 27th of March. So I called.
That your friend was not brave enough, honestly speaking. You should know that you are a public figure and you don't do things like that. You don't go calling people, individually. You come out to make a public appreciation at the end of even while the whole thing is going on, and you see numerous supports being thrown, for you. All you could have done was to tell him that I will be coming out to make a general, broadcast. A broadcast to generally appreciate everyone in support of me, of this cause. That is what you could have done. Shouldn't have gone individually thanking people. You are a public personality, a public figure. So that your friend does not know how to deal with things like this. And now look at what he's cost you. Yeah? Look at what the friend has cost her.
Call the phone. Hello, Professor Mbeke. She was like, hi, this is it. I told her, thank you so much for lending your voice to this cause. She said it doesn't really matter because she's a woman. She's been sexually harassed before. Her daughter was also sexually harassed. She connected with me and she wasn't doing it for me alone. She was doing it for, the bigger vision, all Nigerian women and women around the world. Conversations went on. But basically, the conversations were not all that she put out or what she said. And before you run down the chats, the screen, I did send you the video of all the conversations, and I'll appreciate if you publish it for Nigerians to read. But
you see what is happening here right now?
She was a professor of psychology. I had no reason to doubt because, come on, I like to believe people on the face value of what they present themselves to be. If she says she's a professor, okay, she's a professor. I mean, I supposed to know that she is Professor Mbeke is just a moniker. It's just a decoy of who she truly is. And she did say she was a professor of psychology. And I was like, to myself, this is who I am. I ran her through my credentials as well. She said she's affiliated with a number of international organizations, United Nations, WHO, UNICEF.
That is Sandra for you. She wants you to make, she wants you to feel. That is Sandra for you. She wants this woman just to, she was just trying to, you know, she wants to break your bones. She was trying to break your bones for you to believe that. Oh, she's a very high personality. She's a top personality. She knows, she don't know nobody. You don't know anybody. Eh? You just committed something in Nigeria, boom, and you managed to run away to the US because you have what it takes. Haba. She don't know anybody in the UN. Why is she not working in the UN? No top organization can ever would want to employ Sandra because Sandra would destroy the whole. Sandra would take over the whole organization. You know this person, and you're on Instagram selling cream. Buy mbeke slimming tea, mbeke prof mbeke cream, and then she started posting her AI body, AI version for people to go come and buy her cream. That her cream is making her look younger. But this is AI you're posting. This is not you. Maybe she was doing it just to get me. And there was a time when I had acne all over my face, and she started publishing a cream where she was using to show that this is the cream she uses, which is why that it will remove every acne and blah blah blah. I was just laughing. I said, is it because of me in the United Kingdom with every brain that you want to lure me into your cage? Because I know this girl as a demon, as a snake. She's quite sneaky. Sandra is a very dangerous snake to deal with. A very dangerous snake. Whatever I'm saying here is because she's gonna watch it, and I'm using my platform to say who she is.
Draw attention on this matter of sexual harassment, and that if I had any other addresses, so that she would also write to them through her organization. I was like, okay, so while we're on the call, if you can publish that, I think it's important I speak to the chat messages. So that was when I did send to her the first two contacts, which is the Senate President's counterpart in London and the Speaker of the Commonwealth. That, okay, while you're writing to your United Nations and other international organizations, you can also...
Those organizations, I wasn't able to block their address. Is that okay with you?
Maybe just... Okay, so but how would you...
Adeola, I expected that Adeola is so professional by now. Adeola, you've been doing this job for like how many years now? So why are you blurring an organization's address? Why blurring the address when it's already online? Anything you want about any organization is online. It's on social media. It's everywhere. It's on the internet. And you're using this to disrupt the conversation. So Adeola, I expected that you are very, very much much of a pro in this kind of thing. So I didn't expect Adeola to be, doing this kind of thing. You want to blur them because you want to blur them. That's why. Blur them for what? Are they gonna see you? If they see you now, you say, this is your address here online. Am I the one that put it? So what? Please allow this woman, because it's a long talk. Everybody need to hear what Sandra Duru is doing to her.
Put the video. I want you to put the remainder of the chat, because if you can't, then maybe you want me to do a screenshot.
Procrastination is not a result of
Sorry,
laziness.
this is advert. I'm gonna skip it.
Maybe you start from...
Sorry, I just uploaded the wrong one. That's not it.
That's one of the posts she had previously written in my support.
Okay, so let me... What's this one? So I'm not able to blur...
Sandra Duru is a killer.
But maybe you can
Nigerians.
so they will know that
I'm saying it so Nigerians will hear me. You are dealing with that girl. That girl has destroyed Nigeria. In fact, most of these politicians you see, in the end, they will rig election. Sandra will support them because they paid her not to talk.
Awesome.
And that is the kind of person that will come to talk. Even if Senator Natasha is at fault, don't even give Sandra Duru that cheap publicity. because that is what this woman did without knowing. Unfortunately, she didn't know her.
Please keep talking. I'm having trouble inputting it, but it would work. This is where we rebuke the devil.
I wanted to share something.
And you know, one of the reasons that I'm glad that you sent this is because a lot of people would also like to know, why did you delete your conversation with her? Because she put up
we're going to get to that. That's why I want you to show the entire video.
Yeah, Senator Natasha deleted it because she didn't know that she came to blackmail her.
The addresses of the first. Yeah, you've showed it already. Yeah, okay, so we start from here. Yeah. No, just stop. Please go back a little bit to the top. Yeah. You can see it's Professor Mbeke, to the best of my knowledge that I spoke with, as she represented herself. It's just like you now, Adeola. If I've known you as Adeola, you can't come tomorrow. I saw you're Cynthia. But at that point, I was speaking pretty much on the phone. My phone was always buzzing between the lawyers and Nigerians of goodwill. I spoke to a lot of people. So in my mind, I saved her name as Professor Mbeke. But that wasn't the DP she had at that time. The DP has changed anyway. It was a white dress she was wearing. But it's still an AI generated. I didn't know it was an AI generated video. Like I said, I trusted her on face value. So just before then, she sent me, after I forwarded the gentleman the contacts that she said she was going to send letters to, because she's affiliated with United Nations and many international organizations that promote women's rights and all of that. So if I had any contacts that she should write to, I should forward. So I said, okay, fine. You can as well draw the attention of the Speaker of the UK Parliament and the Commonwealth. That was why I sent that. After all, she told me she had written books, and that these books would also speak to the situation at hand. I was like, okay, she sent me this forward. It's only later on in the course of things I go to know that the books she says she's written are also
guys,
AI
share.
But anyway, that's for her to decide or whatever. So just scroll down a bit.
Okay, so we can just play it.
I'm just reacting to the lights.
After that, in the course of our conversation, that was me sending to her the I think that was a letter during the return. My return, that was the document, the letter, the Kogi Central Political Frontier. We did speak about that. So I told her that, look, this does not exist. We run a CAC check, and this Kogi Central Political Frontier, as a body that was used to recall me, did not have a legal bearing because it was not registered. So that was what we spoke about. Mind you, it was on the phone, so we're kind of communicating through that. I'm just letting you know the nature of the conversation, so you see that it does not what she's.
I hope you guys are hearing everything. I'm just reacting to the lights, so that's why I took it off. I wish my daughter is here to open the window for me, because it's still bright outside, even though it's past 9 p.m. here in England, but it's still so bright. So I just wanted to pay attention to what this woman is saying, so people will see why I said that Sandra is a chameleon. Okay, so you see why I said that she is a chameleon. She is a dangerous snake. You can never ever try to have anything, any business, nothing with Sandra.
Saying that I said does not even add up at all. That also, I can forward to you what that was, is my petition, my lawyer's petition to INEC. That was what I sent there. So later on, she did say that she had a message. She reached out to my friend, Ina Okoli, that she didn't want to speak to him on blah, 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 that she was an independent person pursuing justice. I didn't really understand where this came from, because at that point we had finished talking. So I didn't. So when she said that, I didn't really understand that. So I think I tried to call her, but she didn't pick up. You can scroll down.
She'll start avoiding you because she wants money.
Play it for them.
She's planning on how to throw the charges on you.
No, just let it run. True. Yeah, you can see that I didn't really understand where that my friend stopped. So here, Also, part of the conversations we had, now please pause here.
Did you know that you could be generating 10 grand a month or more by
Sorry,
simply
I'll
teaching
pause
other
it.
people what you already know, extract that?
Part of the conversations we had was the manner in which Senator Nweboyi went all out, castigating me and demeaning me on all the news platforms. So at that point, I told her that I didn't like the fact that I am constantly being reduced and objectified as just a beautiful woman or, a pretty face, that I would like people to look at me as a technocrat, a woman who is well schooled, is competent, who is a senator, that when men are conversing, men don't go, oh, I'm going to engage you because you are well built. I'm going to engage you because you're handsome. Men don't do that. So if you're speaking to me as a lawyer, as an MBA executive, as a senator, speak to me on my competencies and not because I'm beautiful. So that was where she now said, oh, you are a lawyer? And I was like, yes, of course. I ran her through. I'm a lawyer. I have my MBA in oil and gas management. My formative years in my career were spent in the oil and gas sector. So I did run her through that. So at that point, she said, she's impressed. Do I have my credentials? I said, yes, I do have my credentials, which I already made public.
This is just to say thank you.
And it's actually in the media space. She said I should please forward my credentials to her, together with this screenshot from News Central.
It's good to expose Sandra.
That she was going to make a post along the line of identifying a woman on competences and not a pretty face. So that was where I sent this. And if you look at it, there are 15 items. Just scroll up again so that people will see. All of this, which, hold on, just pause there. There are about 15 of them in total. They were all my credentials. Now they were sent in. I dropped them in at the same time. It's like when you drop pictures or PDF files, they all land at the same time. Contrary to what she said on her live, that this were when I was chatting her up and offering her 200 million to blackmail Akpabio. That is not true. Nobody can type 15 messages.
Hold on. That 200 million was what she expected you to give to her. Oh my goodness. You did not offer her 200 million. And she went on Instagram writing, oh, they said they have paid me money to blackmail Natasha. They have paid me money. Oh, Sandra, you collected money. And that is the truth. Shameless woman like you will never stop. You collected money to blackmail your fellow woman. Did you see her face?
And the same in 1 minute. It's not possible. I don't even think AI will do that, however fast and smart it is. So these 15 documents, Adeola, I'm going to forward them to you. You'll see.
So everything came in at 12:40 on my screen.
My own time, 12:40. But if you look at her own message, it was 6:40, I think. If you look at it, because when she did her own, I saw the screenshot. Remember, she's in Texas. They are like 6 hours behind.
So you're saying that the messages that she said you deleted, you are saying that they were actually your credentials.
My credentials. Look at them. I've sent. Hold on.
So
I've sent them to you. I'm getting there. Look at them. These are my credentials. There were 15 of them from my primary school certificate.
It's connected.
From my primary school certificate, my testimonial. This is it.
Just like
my
me.
Secondary school, Federal Government College, Idoani.
I carry my primary school certificate, my testimonial, everything. I have it.
University of Abuja, Nigerian Law School, NYSC.
She's showing her credentials.
CAPMLP, that's University of Dundee, Aberdeen. I had a program there, and many other. This is INSEAD. My MBA. Okay, this is still INSEAD. IHRDC in Boston. Because I did mention that I have quite a lot of. So I've sent everything to you anyway. It's in your phone right now. But that's what I published. That's it. And you know one thing, the beauty is that I just got back from the US. because I was there to also see how we could further some of this, because I really am going to get to the bottom of this. And I'm told that in matters, I believe if WhatsApp is contacted, they can be able to extract this deleted.
He went to the
items,
US, she
because
ran
they did
away.
have it happen on their
She didn't
part.
come to face her.
So we are hoping that in the course of the litigations, they'll be able to extract. But I'm just letting Nigerians to just understand that it was in the course of our conversation where she wanted to make a post, putting side by side Senator Nwabo's statement. You look at it up there where he said, does Natasha think she's one of the most beautiful women in Nigeria? So, and I told her that I didn't like the fact that women have been reduced or objectified. Speak to me as a competent individual, a technocrat. And that was why I told her about my academic, qualifications, and she said, okay, I should forward it. So this were all. That's why they all dropped at the same time.
Why did you even forward it? Is she gonna give you a job?
Forms or PDF or whatever, they land the same time. It's impossible. Yeah, that's it. That's why this is what I sent to her. My work, certificates, everything. So
people may ask, why did you delete the messages?
So let's proceed. So after that, I didn't hear from Sandra. Let's go back to the text messages. Yeah.
You will hear why she deleted the whole thing.
Look at the time. That was 12:40. So then at about, let me go back so I can read from my own space here. Yeah.
I feel so sorry
This
for
is
this
it on my
woman.
phone. So just to let you know that I want to read it as well from here since we'll be. Okay. So this is it from my own phone. That's the screenshot. And then this is where we are here.
Lenders may have illegally pocketed billions in hidden commissions. Now millions of drivers are cashing in. Good evening.
Okay, so now, then after about 4 hours, she sent this first message asking for a contract and asking how I was going to take care of her and her team.
So let me read
it. This is very important. It's important Nigerians read this because this is where things
Nigerians, listen.
Mind you,
so you know who
the
Sandra
7
Duru
minutes
is.
We spoke had nothing to do with contracts, had nothing to do with I'm engaging. I never told her there was nothing like sexual harassment, that I'm all set out to destroy Tinubu's Yoruba government, that I called Nigeria gullible and hungry, that I paid Dr. Obiesi Chrisili money to carry on the advocacy.
Instigator. Did you know that this is what Sandra has gone out now writing against this woman? That she trashed Tinubu's government. Instigator. That is it. She crippled into this woman and now released false information against her. All she is doing now, because she has been paid massively, is to get the president to say, get her arrested and forget her in prison. She went out writing everything that Senator Natasha did not say. That's what she went out writing, just to get cheap attention. She just wants to... Sandra knows the strategy. If it is that one, let me tell you, I give it to her. Every criminal strategies to get the public attention, Sandra is expert in that one. She is an instigator. She will incite hate, violence, everything against you. And believe me, if you think people won't believe her, the way she will present it. Somebody I know very well. Oh my God. Had it been, if there was any way that I knew this woman and I heard from her, or that, do you know somebody called Professor Mbeke or I'd say, Senator Natasha, you like yourself? Don't even dare. Don't dare go close, because this woman will mesmerize you with lies. I say she will lie against you until you forget your entire career. Sandra will lie until you will never remember yourself anymore. Unfortunately, gracious queens and kings, today is this thing, this issue. I'm sure that many of you must have heard about this issue going on now for a while about Senator Natasha and Goswill Akpabio, the Senate President of Nigeria, of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. You know, how they suspended her because of the issue that happened in the Senate during the Senate gathering. So that is what transpired, and boom, this Baza Queen, Sandra, Ochonga, we call them Ochonga Nopu, Baza Queen, now grabbed the opportunity to make money, to fill her pocket. So please, I want to address these issues, because even if it is one person that listened to me and, you know, hear from me about Sandra Duru, the person will be able to tell another one person. At least from there, people will begin to know who this person, because people don't know her that much. And now she's using in the United States, she will use that influence. She's a US base. So they might think that she really knows Senator Natasha very well, and they want to believe her. You don't believe this girl. She is a chronic liar, cheap blackmailer. Everything dangerous you see in a human being is in her. Sandra Duru is not a human being to be trusted. Not even for 1 second of your breath would you trust Sandra Duru. I am telling you, and I know she's watching this. Please, if you know her, take the link of this video, go and give it to her. Let her listen to what I say about her. She trusts me very well. She can't try mess with me. She knows that she cannot try any mess with me, or I will put her where she belongs.
That what did she say? I was going to poison my husband.
You called her useful idiot.
That I called Frida a useful idiot. Never, ever, ever. And I'm actually glad in a way that she is a witness in this federal government suit, because she has to testify on everything. She must provide evidence that is going to be subjected to verification. Because you see, there's a limit. I don't know. I've listened to some of these audios. What she did in a way is so funny. Like, you know, apparently the way I'm speaking to you over the phone.
She will run. Before you know, she will move where she lives in the US.
From when I'm speaking to you in
She's
person,
not coming.
or when I grant an interview, or when I speak to you over the phone. So what she probably did was get how I sounded on the phone, of course. And then she released one part where I mentioned about working in brass LNG and all, of course. But then she used some AI to now generate other parts that I didn't speak of. But again, I don't know what else she has in stock, but I'm challenging her. And like I said, I just returned from the US. I'm in London now, but I'm going to be in Nigeria for the arraignment on the 3rd, because I have done no wrong. I'm not going to run away. The 3rd of June has been fixed, 2 p.m. So I'm going to be there.
So which is
to
today?
defend myself.
I missed it.
Fully in person. But also, I'm letting Nigerians know that this is not going to go down this easy, because people can't wake up one day and just cook up stories and manipulate and use whatever technology they think they can access just to defend the person. No, I'm saying it clearly now before the world. I never said there was no sexual harassment. I never said I'm out to destroy.
I've never seen someone with such beautiful hair between the ages of 50 and 60. Turns out she's been using this product ever since.
Tinubu's Yoruba government. I'm not one. People who know me will know that I am not a tribalist, and I respect and appreciate every tribe in Nigeria, every ethnicity. I mean, who am I? I'm half Ukrainian, half Nigerian. Who am I to talk about tribes when I'm actually one part of the other world? So that's not my nature. That's not my language. And if anybody said that, that's probably her team. The people who are sponsors were the ones that put those words to her, because they knew that I had and I enjoyed a lot of support from Nigerians not just in Kogi State, across the country, even in diaspora. So, and he
So
also
just know,
knows, the Senate President also knows that I...
Just be aware that Senator Natasha's mother is a Ukrainian and her father is a Nigerian. Okay, so that is how she got Nigerian citizenship. She is half Ukrainian, she's half, so she has both passports. She's Europe, she's Nigeria. Okay, yeah, that's why you see her as a mistress.
Enjoy, to a large extent, a good relationship with the president himself, even though I have never said it in the open. But I'm saying it now. And that actually annoyed him, because there was a time that the Senate president told my husband, I was like, are you aware your wife goes to see the president? And my husband was like, yes, I'm aware. Whenever she has critical issues to raise, like before I brought up the Jakarta's probe, I did meet with Mr. President to make sure that he knew the nature of that and was okay with it. So, and other things I have met in person. So I do not have a hostile relationship with the president. Even though I'm in opposition, I keep telling people, the people of Kogi Central voted me to work as a senator, not to go out there, antagonize and create enmity. And neither is also important for me, people to know that my issues are with the Senate president himself, not the Nigerian Senate, not the institutions, and not the presidency. But it's unfortunate that he's wielding things to entrap all the institutions to attack me. But like I said, it's important. I'm glad you've given me this chance to tender things. But let's go back to the text now. What for the people want to know, why did I delete my credentials from her page? So let's go back. The message she wrote there, after 4 hours
should have
of
deleted
our conversation,
it. She's got everything already.
She went, dear Senator Natasha, I hope this message finds you well. No, please, go back. No, still scroll up. Yeah. I hope this message finds you well. I would like to understand how you would like me to proceed in assisting with your case, mind you, the sexual harassment case, including the specific outcomes you intend to achieve and the timeline you have in mind. Additionally, please let me know if you would like to formally engage my services or support my team in executing the strategy we have carefully put together to resolve this matter effectively. Now, Nigerians should pause and listen. Just let's think. If actually she said that what I deleted was me offering her 200 million to blackmail the Senate president, why is she talking about resolving this matter effectively? All what she said, if I had castigated the presidency, talked about destroying the Yoruba tribe or the Yoruba government, then subsequent messages from her should have been in tune of what we had discussed. But here she's presenting herself as a mediator. She wanted to assume a role of mediating between the Senate president and myself on sexual harassment. And then she was asking for a contract. Please, let's continue.
Don't know, Sandra.
And she said, know. Further in the second paragraph, please feel free to speak with me confidentially. I value discretion and professionalism. I would prefer to handle matters directly rather than through intermediaries. I don't know who the intermediaries are. Maybe my friend who introduced us. For this reason, I have not shared any details with the individual who contacted me regarding a media appearance on your behalf. I approach cases differently, maintaining strict boundaries to ensure the best possible outcome. Let me know how you would like to proceed. I am here to support you.
Yay! That is her. She's shown you who she is.
The last part. I'm here to support you. Just pause there. If actually I called her and I was poaching her to bring down the government, to destroy people.
Thank you, Sabina, my queen.
I've called Nigerians gullible and hungry. So why was she being patronizing and nice?
I love you so much.
But when I saw that, okay, it was after the second, I wasn't on my phone then, so she continued.
Yeah, it's one bitter soul that doesn't have a life. All her life is bitter. That's so anytime she comes here, she start popping nasty emoji.
Your husband and Senator Akpoti to bring a resolution to this matter, if it comes to that. If so, Where would
God bless you,
prefer
Sabina.
such a meeting to take place? Sometimes strategic negotiations are necessary to untangle complex situations. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. She was still pushing me, presenting herself as a mediator, as of that. Mind you, she has told me she's a professor of psychology or human psychology. So I know that had the word
Professor
psychology
of
sociology. I know she was a professor of one of them. So at that point, I paused and I called my friend. Before responding to her, I called Ina. And I said, Ina, she mentioned something about a contract. Is that did you have that conversation with her? He said no. I only told her that I was going to call her to appreciate her and have like a girly chat.
That's it.
And I was like, okay, but she's asking for a contract. And she's asking how it's going to support her team.
See person where live that is living in the US.
I was like, okay.
From US,
He
you're
said I
asking
should
for
ignore
contract
that.
in Nigeria.
I said, but did you ask her about a media appearance? He said, yeah, because she was writing so well. So he thought she might want to appear on a TV station, maybe channels or AIT or RISE, and speak about her concerns because she had written previously that she was also a victim of sexual harassment and her daughter also.
She was never.
Maybe she wanted to learn it, but that was all. He didn't.
She's the one harassing men anyway.
So that was where I now responded. Please just show my response.
Right, come here, look. You see that? 2018, okay? That's when I got my car. Right, now look at this. 2020.
You can see I refer to her as dear professor, not just Sandra or something. I thought I was speaking to a professor. So here I responded, dear professor, I have had to read your message times over, and I am not comfortable going contractual. My friend Ina probably connected with you on the passion he saw you speak against the injustice meted against me. While I continue to count on your kindness, which I trust will, amidst others, snowball into justice for women everywhere. However, if you stop chatting our cause, know I still deeply appreciate your sisterhood spirit. And whenever I return to the Senate or wherever I find myself, know you have a friend and a cheerleader in me, love. That's to show you.
Exactly.
I made her understand that I wasn't going into any contract. I only called her to appreciate her because of what she's been doing.
I can't believe it.
And our conversation was not in any way in furtherance of an activity, not to talk of an illicit activity. From here, you can tell. And mind you, I have downloaded all of this whole conversation, and I've sent it in a digital form as well as printed these messages to all the security agencies in Nigeria. I'm actually surprised. That's why I say that the police never looked into this. Instead, they are listing her as a witness against me over a criminal defamation. Someone that was pushing me for a contract that I said no. I'm actually surprised the Senate President fell for this scam, because he would have been smart enough to say, no, you know what, I'm not in. Because at the end of the day, I didn't think there was a reason for me to pay anybody. Everybody who has spoken, I never paid anybody anything to speak up. I've watched people across her platform. Even
I will give
it
it to her on Instagram now. Let me finish this live.
Who stood up and said, you know what, they are APC, but to stand for Natasha against sexual harassment. I didn't have to pay anybody. So let's continue. Go back again. So you can see from here, I clearly told her that while I'll continue counting, that I wasn't ready to engage her contractually, that I would trust that she will continue advocating. But even if she stops because there's no contract, it is fine. I appreciate what she's done before, and she should know that I have the sisterhood bond with her. But that didn't go down well with Sandra.
No, Sandra wants money.
Professor Mbeke, as I thought she was. So she continued, dear Senator, I appreciate your message and the sincerity behind it. Let me make one thing absolutely clear. There is nothing contractual or monetary about officially engaging me to handle what I have already been doing voluntarily. Please explain that to me as a lawyer.
I'm so sorry.
Yes, okay. Explain that to me. At that point, she's trying to wind my intelligence. No, still go back here.
She started changing.
Intelligence that I should go ahead, that engaging her in writing contractually does not amount to monetary. And I'm so glad I didn't do that, because I bet you Even if I had said, I don't know, I'm trying to understand the nature of the contract. Dear Professor Mbeke, I engage you to mediate in me and blah, blah, blah. This lady would have slapped me with a bill of $500,000 or $1 million. Only God knows if she had that. But immediately I sensed it when she was playing that a contract would have, everybody knows a contract will amount to remuneration at the end of the day. So here she said, there is nothing contractual or monetary about officially engaging me to handle what I've already been doing voluntarily without even needing to discuss it with you first. My work in addressing injustice has never been about personal gains, but about clarity, coordination, and commitment to the cause. Formalizing an engagement is not about transactions. It's about ensuring proper communication, alignment, and efficiency in tackling the very issues we are fighting.
I told you she's a chameleon.
This is a
At
woman who
every
came up
given
to
minute,
say,
she will
my
switch
messages were all about
her
destroying the
colors.
government, destroying the Senate president, doing all of those things. Nigerians, I know we're very smart people. You can tell here
She's playing
that
smart.
if indeed I spoke to her about paying people or about destroying the government or about or offering her 200 million to blackmail the Senate president into some murder, you would have seen that in the conversation. But here she was putting herself as a mediator, seeking an engagement for her to continue what she said she has been doing voluntarily. And what was she doing voluntarily prior to this was advocating for women against sexual harassment. So our conversation was on sexual harassment, and never did I tell her there was no sexual harassment. So that's it. Again, she said, regardless of where this part leads, that's the last paragraph. Okay, no. Hold on, before then, I skipped one part. I respect your stance, even if I believe that a structured approach would have made things smoother and more effective. That said, I will continue to do what I'm known for, standing against injustice and misinformation, adhering to facts, and maneuvering sensitive matters with a critical but fair lens. My stance is independent, and I take full responsibility for my actions. How you choose to engage with that is entirely up to me. That's up to you. Regardless of where this path leads, I know that my fight is not for individuals alone, but for the larger cause of justice and truth. I value the connection we built.
All right, I hopped on the train and started using Hey Carrot and Batana oil for my hair. And y'all, I'm 3 months in and I'm in.
And whether or not I continue to chat this particular cause, which is of sexual harassment, I will always stand where integrity and justice demands. She wrote that. After, I didn't respond, but I read it. But after 7 minutes or so, she wrote again. I don't think this is the right path for me. I thrive best when I operate independently, guided by my principles and convictions. At the end of the day, all that matters is achieving a just and positive outcome, and that remains my ultimate hope. So at that point, I was like, you know what, let me just end this because I already began to feel very uneasy. So I now wrote to her, and this was my last message to Sandra, or Professor Mbeke then, as I thought she was. I wrote, Madam, I respect your independent views. Maybe we can forget we interacted. I will caution my friend Ina, my friend who connected us, to guard his heart in seeking help. God bless us. God, that was my message. Look, from here you could tell that this was the same day. All this conversation was just one day, 27th of March.
So you guys only spoke once?
Only once. And the only time I spoke with her.
Just once, and she started requesting
37 minutes.
for contract, for money. You could have given her 200 million and she was still asking for contracts.
We even ended it by saying, at the end of all of this, we're going to join forces, her in America with her network, and myself in Nigeria with my experience and her experience, how we're going to create safe spaces for women. I did mention to her that I noticed that the Senate rules was silent on sexual harassment and on how to resolve matters among senators. I also told her that I had received lots of calls from women in NNPC, in other organizations, in banks where they were sexually harassed and demanded sexual favors before their promotions. I told her that, look, I think Nigerians public and private spaces need to have the sexual harassment codes, and that is something we would work together with her experience as an international figure, which I thought she was. I didn't know that she's not even a prof.
After you revealed all of this to her, she now got a stronger, you know, a stronger, let's say, information to destroy you, because she has seen everything you want to do. She now wants to wreck you, knock you off. That is what she did. Sandra is, I told you, she's a snake. Have you people heard from Senator Natasha? Let's go. Now you will hear how she came out, how Sandra came out publicly and changed everything against this woman. Don't worry, I'll open up. Yeah, we are getting there, guys.
Professor, I didn't know that she's not even a doctor. You know, it's later on I got to know. So
Dr.
that was our
Mbweke.
conversation. It wasn't what is being painted. So even you've seen, like, look at it. At this, my second message to her was, Madam, I respect your independent views. Because she had mentioned several times she works independently, she works. And I was like, there was no way I was going to engage her. There was no way we were talking about mediation. Our matter at that point was still at the ethics committee level. And this was before the presidential panel was set up. So I said, maybe we can forget we interacted. At that point, I was like, I don't even want to have any conversation with you. So if, as she said that I engaged her, or I was trying to pay her 200 million to entrap the Senate president into some murder and all of that, I wouldn't have. I'm the one here that's calling. You could tell from my response, I was trying to end it with her. I wasn't having it because I had already sent. This was when I went back and I deleted all because I realized that this lady is a scam. She's probably a blackmailer. So I went back there and I deleted my credentials. That was what prompted me to delete my credentials. And I'm saying it again. Nobody can type 15 messages in 1 second, in 1 minute. 15. Not even AI. I mean, if you want to hold ChatGPT and go, ChatGPT, create a message on so. Before you get to the third one, maybe back and forth on ChatGPT, you would have, at least you would have seen the time would have gone to 12:41, 12:42, 12:45, to show that there's a sequence of timeliness. And
Nicola.
I bet you nothing like that. It was my credentials I sent because she wanted to make a post countering what Senator Nwabonyi said, that I am just a pretty face. Why think that I'm the most beautiful woman in Nigeria and all that? And I told her I didn't
and
like
if
the
she's
fact
the
that
most beautiful woman in Nigeria, so
as an
what?
object. Do you understand? I wanted to be addressed as a competent technocrat, a woman who is a lawyer, who is an MBA executive, who had worked in the oil and gas sector and now joined politics. And all of this was what I was bringing to the table politically in raising the standard of leadership. That was the conversation we had. That was why I sent my credentials. But when things turned ugly, still the same day, about 10 p.m., I knew that I had to go back to delete my credentials. And that was the last time I called spoke to her.
She's already taken
but what happened after that snowballed into her. Apparently, probably she thought she was going to entrap me into some contract, make some money from me, and she wasn't getting that. So let's continue. The next thing, she was sending me screenshots of how people were making comments, still trying to entrap me, like, Natasha, people are making comments, we need to act kind of thing.
She's a scammer.
So she then wrote again.
You don't know Sandra is a scammer.
I respect your perspective.
She was trying to persuade you.
This matter with fairness and objectivity. The pursuit of justice will never be reduced to emotional game or dismissed as distraction. If Senator Natasha claims to have evidence, I don't know whether she was sending this to me or she responded and she was letting me know what she had responded. But basically, you could see that her tone was already changing. Still the same day. This was already just a few minutes to.
The best-selling standing air conditioner fan at John Lewis is finally on sale. This is a high-tech air conditioner.
Yeah, still.
I love
still
you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much.
An affidavit, why not substantial or blah, blah, blah. Let me see. Yeah, it's still a legal document that carries weight. So basically, she was just responding to somebody's message. She wrote that this has birthed unheard screams, a handbook for all our children to educate them on how to handle similar situations. And here, this word got me. At the
For how
beginning of
long?
my conversations,
And they
the
ran
woman
away
told
from
me she
Nigeria.
has already written a book and she has sent me a forward. If you look at that first 2 screenshots, she said she had written a book on heard screams and she was in the course of publishing the books. And here, later on that same night, she's telling me that this my scenario has birthed a book that she said she had written before. Now she's saying my situation had made her write a book. So at that point, I was dealing with a psychopath.
Yes, exactly.
I didn't respond.
She mesmerized
And then,
herself.
in response to my message where I said, let's forget that we spoke, she now responded, of course, good luck.
Could have blocked
You
her.
could see it now became a monologue where she was responding. So probably she was having conversations in her head. Probably she's schizophrenic.
She's
So
still trying to
she
penetrate.
then wrote, heaping more enemies through lack of understanding and arrogance, yet you have said so much. I didn't understand where that was coming from. Then she continued, you have an appalling spirit of pride, and such is certain to drag anyone it possesses
That's
into
Sandra for
shelter,
you.
no matter how long
That
it
is Sandra
takes.
for you because she didn't succeed.
I read it, I didn't say anything. I called my friend, I'm like, why is this woman acting this way? It's like she's having conversations, or is she building a line of chat so to seem as if I'm speaking to her and then she's responding? So my friend told me that she was actually forwarding these same things to him too.
I don't know.
Has an appalling spirit of pride. It's not going to help her. Blah blah blah. I didn't respond.
You don't know
So
Sandra.
forward 3 days after, mind you, the first conversations that I've read happened. In short, it was just a tough day from 10 o'clock in the morning when we spoke till about 10:43 p.m. So 3 days after, which was on Sunday the 30th of March, she just sent this message. I had all your threats, but I have zero tolerance for such nonsense. Bring it on. I didn't speak to her. I didn't send no threat. I was minding my business. So I was surprised she wrote that. I didn't respond again. She now wrote a very long, I don't know if I wrote, a very long, this is where I knew that, okay, she was already turning against and trying to blackmail me. Made a post, I said this, I said that, and I heard that this was what she forwarded to someone who works with the Senate president, and this was how she was able to get them engage her. This was it. This was the last, when she sent this last message, that was when I blocked her. So I blocked Professor Mbeki on the 30th of March. I blocked her. I went to Facebook. I blocked her same day. I didn't converse with her on Instagram, but I searched her up, blocked her there. I can't remember if I blocked her on X, on Twitter, but I knew that at that point, I already heard so much, and I was like, you know what? All of this stuff, I was just blocking, because I knew that she was already up for blackmail, and she was probably looking for a bidder, someone who will engage her services.
I know, right? I said the highest bidder.
That was it. You can see, I blocked her that day. So Nigerians should know I spoke to a woman who impersonated herself as Professor Mbeki.
Yeah.
Not Sandra Duru. And it was an innocent conversation whereby I had to call her based on my friend's advice, a good innocent friend who thought it was wise and safe. Our conversations were not in any way.
Your friend should have known Sandra by now.
Destroying the government or promoting regional divide or saying that I bought a rice. Can I buy a rice? Or that I influenced FIDA or Dr. Obi with money or Dr. Abiola of Manifesto. Nothing like that. Or I called Nigerians gullible and hungry.
Hey.
Never.
Jesus.
It was just a game, a plan to cut me off my support and set me against the president, the institutions, and the Nigerian people of whose support I've generously enjoyed by the grace of God. So this was it. This all
Exactly.
happened March. Now let's move. In the third week of April, I received a petition from the Nigerian police
Hey!
under the name The Unique Family something, Unique Family, signed by Dr. Sandra Duru, accusing me of being in the know and withholding information on organ harvesting and all of this stuff, that there was a recorded conversation. And I responded to them. I didn't have any conversation with Sandra Duru. I did write that very short one paragraph, that I'm not aware of any Sandra Duru, neither am I affiliated with any Unique Family Foundation. And that was my honest response. I think that I responded on the 27th of April, 2025.
Motor finance,
Hey!
lenders, brokers,
Are you people see what I
secret
said?
commissions, £1 billion scandal.
Do you people see it?
So Mario had blocked her, so I wouldn't know what she was writing. And my team know that I care a lot about safeguarding my space with positivity, because it was a whole lot going on. So they weren't bringing her conversations to me. It was after her live broadcast on the 1st of May that people are like, oh, did I speak to Sandra Duru? Did I speak to Sandra? Because Sandra is Professor Mbeki and all of these confusions. And then I went online like, oh my goodness, what is it? Oh, that's the same person. But then the Sandra Duru picture online is different from Sandra Duru, from Professor Mbeki, because she had used most of her pictures. Her pictures are all artificial intelligence generated. So basically,
I told you people
she's
earlier.
well versed and conversant
I told you
the
guys.
skills of AI. And that's what she used to the best of her.
That's what she's using. It's
what she was
AI. That's what
engaged for. Moving on.
she's using to create her
So that
photos.
was it. And the police never got back to me that, okay, if you don't know Sandra Duru, now with this, her live, come Natasha, she said she released audios. Do you know this? Did you speak to, okay, however you know her, Professor Mbeki, did you actually mention this? I thought the police was going to invite me to attest whether that's my voice and which part of it is not, or whether they were going to subject the recordings to scrutiny. I wasn't given a chance at all. The police never invited me to speak on the content that she released. But what I'm grateful to God for is the very next day, she did release my phone number. And that's actually, I would say on one part, it's called doxing, which is part of cyberbullying. But what I would say is, even though I woke up to the next morning to over 2,000 calls, and like by the hour it's getting like, if I drop my phone, I'll just look, I'll see like 500 missed calls, 700 missed calls. I was seeing messages. Pretty much I would say that 95% of the messages I received were all in support. They were all prayers, but 5%, of course, mainly from the western part of Nigeria, which I understand. I was read story like Koni Dafwe, those who really believed that I was insulting, I was out to destroy this Yoruba government opportunity, and that's not true. That's not, never happened. I just hope that they will understand that that's not me, and it was all lies cooked up to set me against the people. So my husband did get me a new line and a new phone, saying that, because I also did, how you put the star hash to see whether your line is bugged, star hash 62, something like that. And I did, and I saw that my phone, even till now, is bugged. All calls forwarding, everything. So my line is bugged. I tried to cancel it with star hash 002 or something, and it failed. So, but it's okay. But I told my husband I didn't want to use a new line. I told him I was a public figure. It's okay if Nigerians have my number and reach out to me. And most importantly, I knew that whenever situations occur, in as much as people would call to insult me or harass me, I'll also receive prayers, but also I'll get hints. And that was where I started getting information. People who were her victims reached out. Oh, Natasha, I've been scammed by Sandra. I've been this. She has done this. She has done that. So as it good came, I'm glad I didn't change.
She's a scammer. Sandra Duru is a scammer.
So I got a lot of information, and that was for what I also 6 days after Sandra's interview, I wrote my first petition against her, itemizing everything that she said, and I called on the security agencies to investigate. That was when I also submitted the chats. And like, this lady was actually, I called her to appreciate her. She misrepresented herself. She then asked for a contract and asked how I was going to support her team in whatever she wanted to do as a mediator. And then for her to, not only for her to come up, when she saw that she couldn't lure me to a contract, she then went against me, cooking up all these malicious lies. So I did forward all of those to the police,
Sandra
but they
can never
never
change.
investigated.
Jesus.
And I did, after Frances, first let me appreciate Frances Obonaya and Mr. Obina. I don't know, I've forgotten his surname. And the American Mr. David as well. Thank you all for speaking up. I heard that there are many more victims who are shy of speaking up. I thank you for standing up for truth.
The whole of Imo State.
Sympathize with Mr. Obina.
The whole of Imo State are victims of Sandra Duru's fraud. The whole of Imo State, everyone from Imo State, we are all victims of her scam. So we know her very well. You don't need to tell us anything. That is the way she works. Sandra is a deadly human being to even say hi
I'm
to.
aware that
Hi.
a week ago, over a week, he was on the orders of the Inspector General of Police. Unfortunately, he was picked up from his home at 3 a.m. right in front of his children and his wife for no just reason. And he was moved to Abuja and has been locked up since then. And it's unfortunate because this is a primary witness. If the police actually wants to do a diligent job, based on my petitions.
Life moves fast. So do we. Send money quickly with Remitly.
Where is this thing now?
There's just never enough time.
This is someone who has come up to attest to the role that he was paid to play and that he pulled out of the engagement when he realized that the plot was getting darker, if I'm to use his words. He said he saw the plot was getting darker and unholy, and there was a plan to jail me. Is that not what is happening now? This is exactly what Obina
This is what I said earlier.
about. And that was why he pulled out, because he said even the audio that she sent to him, which he didn't know whether it was real, that there was nothing about me destroying the government or paying 200 million to blackmail Akpabio or anything. So he pulled out. So I thought the police was going to invite Obina as a primary witness and take his statements.
They have paid the police now. I don't know Nigerian police.
Witch hunting and suppressing someone who would potentially be my witness. And I want Nigerians to know that they should join voices to call on for Obina's freedom. What the police is doing is wrong. I'm saying this categorically clear. The Inspector General of Police, I did see your number, your name appear on Sandra's call log during her live stream. And it's unfortunate that the woman who I'm told has quite a file with the police, a file with DSS on activities she has, illicit activities she has committed against Nigerian men, blackmailing them, sextorting them. You would actually converse with such a person. Well, you're the
That's why she ran away from Nigeria.
To all Nigerians.
That's why she ran from Nigeria.
Courage to diligently investigate all my petitions. And I'm actually wondering how the Inspector General of Police is going to investigate it now that these two people, or the three people, including Yaya Bello, actually all are listed in my petitions. So how are you going to investigate that when you have already written me off and condemned me to the courts to be jailed, probably? Let's talk about Governor Yaya Bello. Right from when I joined politics in 2018 till my 2019 election, I've written several petitions, I believe over 15 petitions, from threat to my life to the killings of my supporters, over 20 people.
Guys, this is the end of this, you will not believe what you're hearing about Sandra Duru. So if you're a Nigerian, I don't know how many Nigerians are here watching me. If you're watching me and you've heard about this matter, and you actually took her serious, sorry. Oh. You see, the police are just what they are in Nigeria. Just give them money and see them behave like idiots. Give them money and see them behave like thugs. That is it. Give them money and see them behave like idiots. That's the thing. Police, the police is not coming with you if you don't give them money. They don't go with somebody that I don't have. If you're not ready to fill their pockets with money, forget it. And once you give them money, say, go. You see the zombie in them. Ajoro jara joro. Fela said it, oh. Tell them to go. Ajoro jara joro. That is what the Nigerian police is like. Wow. So Nigerian police cannot even investigate anything. Conversation, they don't investigate everything. And now the the Inspector General of Police is on live with Sandra. Is Inspector General of Police supposed to do that? That is to tell you how biased they are, how corrupt their system. You think everything is about the president or the vice president? No. It's all about them. Sandra Duru cannot go to Nigeria again. She cannot try it. If they born Sandra Duru well, let her enter Nigeria. Any day she drop that airport, except she disguise herself and go with a different identification. Maybe she will use somebody else's ID to go to Nigeria. That is it, which cannot even happen. Any day Sandra enter Nigeria, they will do her like this. That day she will see the higher forces. She will end up that she ran out of Nigeria to US. She ran, abandoned her mansion, abandoned the man that had her third child, her baby father number 3. She abandoned everything. US for safety. For safety. She went to hide from her atrocities. She blackmailed Nigerian male politicians. Now she's the one that's saying that this woman is blackmailing a male politician just to get what she wants, blah blah blah. If you see what she's writing on Instagram, you're like, me, I am going to that Instagram now to go and check whether she's posted again today. All of this time she's been writing, I've been sitting down reading. I've never responded to her. I've never commented. But let her write again now. You understand? I will tell her, when are you going to change and become a normal human being instead of a chronic liar, instigator, a scammer? I'm going to tell her on Instagram. You trust what I can do. I've done it before and I will do it again. She will say, you have come again. You have come again. And I will tell her, yes, I am back again to show you what, to tell you that you are a devil. You are the worst thing that happened to Imo State as a child of Imo State. I'm going to tell her now. And if she's here watching me, Sandra, that is who you are. It's who doesn't know you. You see? Immediately people have picked up their calls and start calling Natasha, saying, oh, you fell into Sandra's scam. Sandra has scammed me this. Sandra, that is all her life. That's how she's surviving. That is the professor she is. Professor of scam. Professor of doom. Scamming people. Dooming people. If you refuse for her to scam you, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. The kind of scandal she's going to raise against you. The kind of scandal she's going to bring on you, you will regret being born. That is what she's doing to Natasha now. Sandra, only God cannot even save you. At least you are good that United States of America happened to you. You can never go back to Nigeria. Because if you do, you are finished. You have always been a problem to your entire generation. Now, even your children cannot set their legs in Nigeria. Because if they chase you, they didn't get you, they will take your children. Those children cannot even go back. Baby father number 3 abandoned you after court wedding, everything. He ran from you because of what he knows. A man you're living with. And every day you sit on top of his prig, lying. Shame on you. Shame on a mother of 3 with no integrity. Shame on you. Thank you to all listeners. And thank you for your time, because this is quite a long video. Appreciate you all, and I will see you guys again tomorrow. Good night and God bless you. If this is your first time, don't forget to subscribe to this channel, okay? Let me just remind you and hit the notification bell. I'll see you guys to bed.